Hey everybody, welcome to our second Celebrity Big Brother Eviction recap. Ben, how are you? Yeah, all things considered, you know. I mean, I certainly hope so, because I feel like this week, it's just so many promises of, like, Shannon getting backdoored and all this potential crazy gameplay, and then nothing. Yeah, same. Yeah, so we were texting during the episode, and I like look at my phone when after the veto is happening, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I was literally about to send you the same exact text. It's like, what is happening? Mm, right. Oh man. So can you do me a favor and go on to the Wicked Good Everything page and make sure that your audio is coming through? I don't see why it wouldn't be. I haven't changed anything, but you know how OBS is sometimes. It doesn't really cooperate when you want it to. But yeah, I really thought we were going to get a Shannon eviction. I'm just trying to fill in some air while Ben goes and checks that for me, just in case you guys can only hear me. But ultimately, I was a little disappointed. I'm hopeful that the rest of this week will be fireworks. I hope that somebody calls Ross out for attempting to backdoor Shannon like that, and we have another shift of power, because I feel like you don't hear yourself. All right. That change anything? Hey everybody, welcome to our Celebrity Big Brother second eviction recap. I'm Brian.
I'm Ben.
And Ben, what are your thoughts on that episode?
I thought it was good. I was a little bit disappointed by how it turned out, but I was expecting a big Shannon blindside, Shannon backdoor, but I'm happy that that Shannon and Omarosa are both still in the game. Like, if I was gonna lose anyone without there being any kind of drama, I think that Keisha is probably the best one to lose.
I do agree. She didn't seem to be bringing too much to the table this week in terms of entertainment. Obviously, last week she was HOH through sheer dumb luck, and she did Shannon's plan, which she actually exposed to James on the way out, which was interesting. I don't know if that will pay off at all, but
I don't think it will. I think James already knew that.
right. So they're
we'll
like
see.
officially a power couple, or are they just
I mean,
perceived power couple?
they aren't actively like working together as a duo, but everyone sees both of them as the like number one and two best like people who are going to be winning competitions, and so there is like kind of a false perception built around them, mostly by Brandy, branding them as a power couple. So yeah, Brandy and like Ari to like a lesser degree have been putting in a lot of work to build up Shen and James as threats.
Do you think it would get to the point where they're just like, from like convenience almost, just like they have to work together, or everyone's just gonna go after them?
Well, we'll see what happens this week. We'll see if either of them. I assume that one of them at least will find out relatively soon. Like, the feeds are off now, but I assume that relatively soon one of them will find out that the backdoor plan was a thing, because literally everyone knows except for them. So somebody's going to spill it, especially if Shannon or James wins HOH. That's going to be like, everyone is going to be racing to be the first person to spill the beans to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ross. He did like literally everything wrong because
Yeah.
he pretty much did everything to betray the trust of Shannon going
Yep.
forward, and didn't even get her out.
Right. Yeah, and he didn't even get Omarosa out either. And Omarosa is the
God.
other person who's like actively going for him. Like he used his HOH to get out the like least expedient person for him to get out in the worst way possible, while like fracturing trust with one of the strongest competitors in the game. And yeah, I think he is probably going to go out in the next like 2 or 3 evictions. He might go out on Friday.
Yeah, Ross, you were my winner pick. You're not doing me proud at all. What the fuck?
Yeah, he was a lot of people's winner pick. Yeah, I don't know why they like the thing that irritated me the most was that like Keisha is begging to leave, right? And I mean, Meta has been begging to leave since day one. Like
Yeah.
Meta has tried to escape the house several times. He's begging every single person to put him on the block. And then Keisha cries once about her baby, and they immediately send her home when they have this entire backdoor plan set up and ready to go. There is no chance if I was in that house I would allow Keisha to be evicted. It's moronic. It's idiotic. There's no way if you're playing future. Here's like a pro tip for anyone who's ever going to play Big Brother. If somebody is asking to be voted out, do not evict them, ever. Let them quit. Let them
Right.
quit.
The rationale being that if they want to quit so much that they want to be voted off, then they'll just quit.
Yeah,
Regardless.
and if they don't quit, then they're worthless. They're not going to do anything anyways.
I think that's fair. I mean, maybe Meta World Peace just needed to wait till like the very last second and just aggressively spring it on them, because that
What?
seemed to work for
Oh,
Keisha.
for Keisha, yeah.
Yeah, just like as everyone's confused and panicking about the veto, just yell at them until that you want to leave until they let you
Yeah.
leave. But that would require him to get on the block in the first place.
Right. That would also require him to like understand how the game mechanics work.
That is true, but best house guest for Flamingo pool duel fights ever, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
it's-
There's no
yeah.
competition.
No, nobody ever made 2 tiny flamingo floaties fight in the pool with like full narration. That's
Right. It was
a
pretty
game changer.
I did enjoy the back to your corners.
Yeah, it was a fair fight. That was
It
a
was.
clean fight.
It was no controversy. The ref didn't let
Right.
it go on too long. It was pretty perfect.
Right. There was no like you can't say that he was biased for one or the other, right?
No, no,
it was
definitely not.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the camera. Camera's
Yeah.
the best character of the season.
I mean, the camera definitely would have been the best character of BB19.
Yes, had more personality than any of Paul's minions.
Yeah. Yeah, the camera would have voted out Paul.
Yes, absolutely. Nod. I just need to insert a clip of it nodding.
Right.
So
man.
that was a fun scene. I thought it was just like so much build up, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
But I think there's still a chance though. There's still a chance
Right.
that there's payoff.
setting the groundwork. I think even the producers were like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing," so they put all their effort into it.
Right.
And Keisha blindsided them, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
No, but I think that it's very likely that Shannon or James wins HOH coming up now.
Yeah.
And if either of them are HOH, the rest of the house is just going to be a beeline to the HOH room to spill the beans and throw a Ross under the bus.
Yep.
So that's going to be very entertaining if that happens.
Can't wait. Yeah. Do we know, is it tonight that the HOH competition takes place?
Yeah, it should be. The one from last week happened. It started around 11 p.m. Eastern, and I think it technically finished like 1:30
Right.
Eastern, but the feeds were off until like 3 or 4 a.m. because of the whole Omarosa hospital thing.
Gotcha.
So it's possible that the feeds are off right now. I assume because they've been off. They went on briefly for like 5-10 minutes right after the episode, and they went immediately off.
Right.
So I assume they're doing the HOH right now. So the feeds might come on. We might have an HOH winner within the next hour or two.
Okay. That's I'll be happy if that's the case.
Yeah, might actually be able to watch a little bit before feeling obligated to turn in.
Yeah, exactly. Accepting that you have adult responsibilities and you have to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I guess I want to touch on not a lot of airtime in this episode for James. Mark had a few confessionals, which good to see where his head's at. He's not really an active participant in this season at the moment, but not for lack of trying. I feel like he wants to be.
Yeah, he kind of got a raw deal. I'm happy to see that he's like at least self-aware about his position and like what he has to do in order to like continue moving forward. I think that Mark is at this point probably in the like third best position behind like Brandy and Ari. I think Brandy and Ari are like far and away in the best position right now.
Where's Meta on this power ranking? Fourth.
I mean, that would require analyzing whether or not Meta is like capable of understanding how the end game works and like is being is like possibly going to not quit in the next week.
Right. Yeah, it all depends on if he can really jump the wall in the backyard.
Right. I mean, if Meta doesn't quit, I think he can win.
I do too.
He's very
Straight
likable.
up.
He's like extremely. He's physically strong, but he's not viewed as a threat because he wants to quit. Like, if he was doing what he's doing, but it was intentional, like people would be calling him a mastermind.
Right.
Like this is like Dr. Will level of like strategy, but he's doing it unintentionally. Like he's clearly like has no idea what's going on, and he's kind of bumbling through it. It's very There's a lot of comparisons I've seen to BBOTT Justin.
Yes, Justin. So I actually kind of want to discuss that since you're much more of a Big Brother expert than I am. I remember a few seasons ago in Survivor, there was Zane who tried to employ the strategy of if I threaten to quit, no one will vote me off, which didn't work in Survivor because it's like Survivor votes are kind of like an evil that you don't want to participate in, whereas Big Brother votes are like an inevitability. And they're seen as like an opportunity more than a punishment, like in Survivor. But is that a good strategy for Big Brother?
Yeah, I mean, it is a strategy that Dr. Will did employ in All Stars.
Right.
And very successfully. I think that it is a decent strategy in Big Brother. The reason it doesn't work in Survivor is because there's a tribe format where you like you're incentivized to not want to go to tribal council during the tribal state of the game. It's possible that a strategy like that could be good in, say, the merge part, and I think like Jenna Maraska is probably a good example of that, right?
Yeah.
Because Jenna Maraska in the post-merge of Amazon was like, feeling sick and threatening to quit and talking about wanting to leave and go see her mom and stuff like that around the final 7 through final 5. And that was a big reason why Rob voted out Heidi over her. And then like she got the opportunity to stick around and end up winning the game.
Yeah, and I know Jen Brown tried a similar thing, but the people in Worlds Apart were pretty dumb, so
yeah,
it didn't work out quite as well. But it maybe, I mean, because in Survivor for her, it was like, I've tried everything else. I'm just gonna try this and see if it works. But I don't know. I kind of dig the Meta World piece. I wish she were doing this on purpose.
Yeah. it like I said last time, like you don't have to be good at Big Brother to win, right? If you're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, that's just as good as doing the right thing for the right reasons.
Yeah, and it's so like results oriented. Okay, so I guess season 17 is a good example where I was definitely one of the people who were like mad that Steve and Johnny Mac weren't taking Vanessa out. I wanted Vanessa to win, but I was also like, what the fuck are you two doing?
Right.
But then it worked out, and same thing last season with Josh, where I was like, what is Josh doing? He needs to get Paul out, but then it worked out for him, so I was like, okay, I guess he was right, I was wrong.
Yeah, it's tricky, because you're basically playing into like one scenario, right? Like Steve is playing into the scenario where he wins the final HOH, and Josh is playing into the scenario where the jury doesn't reward Paul for his game. Right. So, like, you have to be like very confident that like the scenario you're planning for is what's going to be playing out if you're going to be playing that way.
Gotcha. So I guess in this season you said that Brandy and Ari, thank God we're calling her Ari now.
I mean, it's way easier than Ariana.
This is huge for me. But I think they're like borderline running the game, Ben. I don't know.
No, they are running the game. Yeah, they awesome. totally just strong armed Ross's entire HOH.
They ruined his game. They blew it up.
Yeah, Brandy especially. Brandy has been like pretty much just lying constantly and just making up all these fake stories, and people like Ross and Marissa are just eating it up.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew Brandy was like so smart?
Right, I did not expect that.
And Ari too.
Yeah.
Ari, you have to give her a lot of credit because she's doing it, not only doing it, but she's doing it in a language that isn't her first language.
Yeah.
Just out here crushing it.
And they're super close. They're possibly the closest two people to each other in the house. And nobody's really talking about them in any sort of way like they're a threat.
Right.
Like everyone is still focused on Shannon and James. And Omarosa.
I'm here for the final two.
Yeah.
Brandy and Ari.
Yeah. That's I would say if you had to ask me right now who I think the final two is, I think Brandy and Ari is probably the best bet.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be interesting going forward. It's so hard to talk about it right now because we don't know who the HOH is.
Right.
I wish they would do like they do on a regular season, where they like show the HOH competition at the end of the episode.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, so then we'd like come on here and we'd be like, oh, okay, well this it could happen because of all this, but right now it's just purely speculation. I think best case right now is that we could hope that Shannon wins HOH.
Yeah, Shannon or James, I think. Yeah. James probably be pretty similar to if Shannon won. But yeah, I think Shannon wins HOH, and then name anyone goes up to her and says, oh yeah, so there was this interesting thing where Ross was going to backdoor you until Keisha decided she wanted to quit. And then Ross is walking out the door.
And this whole time, our girl, Omarosa, sitting pretty.
Yep. Omarosa unpacked her bags today. That's how confident she was that she was not going home.
I love it. She's so great, man.
Like, she started unpacking her bags, and everyone's like, wait, what is she doing? Why does she think she's staying?
Hey, she knew. She knew.
Yeah.
She just she's so great. I would be willing to say 100% that asthma attack did not happen. She lost the HOH and calmly walked to the diary room and then left for so long that the celebrities got stir crazy, forgot about her because she wasn't actively in front of them.
Yep.
And started targeting each other.
Yep.
But then we ended up with Keisha out of the house, which sucks. But, yeah.
But I mean,
thought some shade from Julie. And Keisha was like, oh, she's like my daughter, right? She's like, she's daughter, 1 year old. And Julie just like sat there and stared at her. Like, Jesus Christ, Julie.
Julie was throwing shade at Omarosa too.
Yeah.
And she did the butt first, and she was like coughing, and you know.
Julie trolling out there tonight.
Yeah.
Feeling herself.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, this is a new setting of Chenbot.
Yeah, even like I liked on BBOTT where she let loose a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she swore. It's crazy. It's legitimately jarring.
We're on the internet. I can say shit.
Yeah. Oh man! All right, so I interrupted you just to bring up the new settings of Chenbot. What were you gonna say before that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, it's like in have you seen Interstellar?
No, I've seen the end of Interstellar.
Well, they have a robot that has like personality traits. Or I guess it's like Westworld, and they edited her like personality of like charm up in this season, or like attitude. They increased it.
SAS level times 50%.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, but I think it was a good episode and a disappointing ending. I don't think there's any arguing that. I was so excited, Ben. I was so ready for Shannon to get blindsided, and then for Ross to get blindsided next week on Friday.
Right.
Because it would have been especially funny considering those are our two winner picks. And they would have just like blown up their games for like going after. Well, really, Shannon did nothing wrong, but
I mean, Shannon didn't do nothing wrong. She won the first two competitions.
That's true.
Then, like, kind of was a crazy person last week.
I saw funny. There was like a fusion of Vanessa and Tiffany.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Shannon.
It's like the third Russo sister.
It was like, damn, so good. So accurate.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she's over the hump now, right? This is like this was like the time where she would be at the most in the most danger based off of the way she's played previously. So like if she can either like she has to go in one of two extremes. Either she has to basically win out, or she has to like tone it down like a ton. Basically let somebody like James or somebody win HOH and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
So the feeds just came back on.
Oh shit! Do we have a new HOH?
I'm not sure. I don't see the key around anyone's neck yet.
Oh man.
So
maybe they didn't do it.
Maybe not.
Maybe it broke. Like an OTT.
In OTT, yeah.
Come on, Julie. Why don't you just let us watch the HOH competitions like that season?
Yeah, just watch everything. Listen, there's a lot of the OTT had a lot of issues. Okay,
A lot.
But a lot of more issues than we could even enumerate. But
budget, for one.
The drama that created within the community.
Oh,
the like needless twists, the America's voting, but the way that the feeds ran in OTT were really cool.
Yes. So bring it back. Let us see diary rooms and challenges again. Because like it's the people who don't watch live feeds and don't look up the spoilers aren't gonna care, and then people like us who want to know everything that's happening at every second, we would appreciate it. You know, like what are you keeping it from us for like an hour, maybe?
Right. Yeah.
Like we'll find out. We just won't get to see it unfold until the episode, which we're gonna watch anyways.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the argument that they've made every time is that like if they don't withhold things, then people won't watch the episode. But I mean, like people will still watch the episode. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I will. I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I still will watch it because it's a good show. It's well produced. And
yeah, how are we supposed to? We can't get the duck boxing sound effects on the feeds.
Yeah, there's rounds. There's everything.
Yeah,
there's drowning noises.
that's what I tune in for.
I mean, this is the high quality content There's like when he tossed the other one, they had the sound effect of him throwing it.
Right, yeah.
And who even knows? That might not have even been on feeds. They're probably like 3 cameras of the same thing.
No, it was on feeds.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? I retract my shade. Although I still will say that happens a lot. I was like, why are there 2 separate angles of the same conversation? Let's find other people in the house. Let me see what they're doing.
But, I mean, meta is super entertaining. So.
Yes. There should just be a dedicated meta cam.
Yeah, there should be. I mean, most of the time he's just, like, working out or just, like, washing dishes, but, yeah.
Well, he's a good housemate.
Yeah.
That's why I always get mad at people when they, like, let it get dirty. It's like, what the fuck?
The thing they've been doing... The thing that drives me crazy they've been doing is just, like, leaving the fridge open.
That is weird.
I don't know why.
That's so weird.
The other day, James just, like, opened the fridge, and then, like, it was just open for, like, 10 minutes. It wasn't like it was open and he, like, poured a drink and then, like, put the thing back. It was, like, just open.
Just was checking it out, and then left.
Yeah.
This is some thrilling talk. You're not going to get anywhere else. I think was it you? You tweeted, like, were you guys raised in a barn?
Yeah, that's why I said that, yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's so strange. I don't know.
But that's the kind of riveting coverage you get from us here. We can get everything.
We can get everything. Other question. Did they take away the pool this season?
They didn't take it away. It's just that the backyard is always closed. So they basically have like a small corridor, which just has the hot tub and like the like a outdoor patio area.
Gotcha.
And to my understanding, the rest of the backyard is basically never just going to be open. So like they didn't take away the pool; they took away the entire backyard.
There.
Right.
Oh, it's even more construction. Oh, I don't know if I could do that.
Well,
I guess it's only a few weeks, but like, oh, jeez.
The reason is because they're just constantly doing construction for comps because there are comps happening so often.
That's fair. That's really fair, actually. I won't complain anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that they would prefer them to be like. Oh, maybe they would.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess there's no banner plans to worry about.
That's true. Yeah.
And yeah, there's just like compared to a regular season, just a lot more happening. So you probably wouldn't get too stir crazy.
I mean, maybe that's why they are so stir crazy. Is they can't like run around and lose all their energy.
That's
so
true.
They
at least like seeing the sky.
Yeah.
That honestly would be very big in Big Brother. I think an underrated part is like if you couldn't see the sky for the entire time, it would really trip people out.
Yeah.
It'd like be even worse than normal. But yeah,
we should try that one season. Just like no backyard except for comps.
In Big Brother Canada, how closed off is that?
It's the backyard is more fake, I guess, but they have like a full dedicated other room with their hot tub in it. It's almost like a sauna.
Right. That's kind of nice. Is it like open, like you can see outside when you're in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they play in winter and Canada's usually quite cold, so I can't even imagine. I have to watch it this season.
Yeah, I mean it's been very good. Pretty much every season.
All right. Well, other than this riveting talk of the backyard, as Brian gets super sidetracked with existential problems of the Big Brother house.
These are questions that people want to answer.
Maybe this will get clipped out by someone who steal our content on YouTube and just be like, does the Big Brother house have an outdoor? Anyways, so who would you say is in the best position? Who would you say is in the worst?
I mean, like I said before, I think Brandy and Ari are in the best position, and if they end up being the final two, it just comes down to like who you think would win that jury vote. I'm leaning towards Ari right now. I think that Brandy has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Ari is a lot more likable. She has like the story of like coming in second in the Miss Universe thing, so it's like, don't give me second again.
Yeah.
There's like Brandy semi-actively campaigning for Ari to win over her. So yeah, I would say Ari right now is probably in the best position to win the game from this position. I would say who's in the worst position. Probably Ross.
All right, Ben. Well, this has been real. No. Yeah, no, I agree. Wholeheartedly. He pretty much played the worst week you can possibly play.
Yeah.
Because he put himself in a bad position and didn't even get his target out of the house.
Either of his targets.
Yeah, what a mess. What a fucking disaster. This is not going down swinging. This is going down watching one go right by you. Start for strike three.
If he was really going down swinging, he would have told Keisha where to stick her breast pump.
Ooh.
And she's gonna stay in the house or she's gonna leave of her own accord.
Yep.
That's right. That's what I would have done. But
so if any of you ever play Big Brother with Ben, just know he would say, "Show no mercy."
I'm not gonna throw my game away because you're like too proud to quit the game to go see your kid.
Yeah. No, it's fair. I mean, there's only a few more I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to judge Keisha.
No, I have no judgment for Keisha. I have judgment for the other players with the way they dealt with Keisha.
Mm-hmm. It is going to be really awkward for Meta. They sit there like, what the fuck, guys?
It's been a week and a half. Just 2 weeks now. I've been begging you to vote me out. She does it for 9 hours, and you send her.
Yeah, what is wrong with you guys? You guys are monsters. Alright, well, I think that is all the time we have for today. Mostly because I have to record another show right now.
Alright.
So, thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back on Friday to discuss the next, probably Ross, member of the Celebrity Big Brother cast to be evicted.
Goodbye.